I forgot to press the go live button. I'm new here.
I
I'm
was
new here.
talking. I was
I'm
talking
new
a
here.
lot.
I'm
I
new
just want to
here.
let you know.
Oh my gosh. So sorry.
Thank you, Becky.
Thanks for letting us know that I didn't press the button.
So, so we were talking about September 11th
Yes,
and kind of
we
where
weren't
we
going to spend a
were.
whole lot of time, being morbid and horribly sad, but we decided that we would postpone the release of the video for a week.
Because we didn't want to have that going out on September 11th. We felt like
Right.
that this could be something that we would do next week
Yeah,
on Monday night.
we do have a video tonight though.
We do. Yeah.
We got back from our trip to northern Wisconsin, and
Yeah, we had just a fantastic time up there. And yeah, we had a couple of really great shows and just met a lot of really fantastic people.
yeah,
Wisconsin is a place where I feel like we have, new family, new friends, and it was really a great time.
yeah.
We had a great time.
I don't know that we've ever had like a dud show really in Wisconsin, but
Yeah.
that's who knows.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere we go, we find somebody that's really great.
Yeah.
When we were in Virginia, we found some great people to hang out with
Yeah.
at a show, and
Yeah.
so it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
What are you having tonight to drink, Heather?
Oh yeah, just my regular Arnold Palmer. I don't know what everyone else is having. But we also want to just check with everybody on where were you at September 11th?
Just right when you
Just
heard
right when
the
you heard it.
news, the very first time you heard any news, I was saying that I was heading to work up in Mundelein, and I had
Mhm.
just got off Northwest Highway. I was getting onto Ela Road,
I know where that is.
and I was just heading up Ela Road,
Mhm.
and they said like some small single prop airplane
Yep, I
hit the
remember that
trade,
too.
hit one of the trade towers, and so
Yeah, my youngest son, Aiden, would have been about 7 months old, and we didn't even know each other then.
no, we didn't.
Because that was 2001. It would have been 5 more years than I would have than I knew you then, like 2006, right? Something like that. But I was about ready to give a call. It was a coordinated call across the globe around privacy and security for the company that it was more about like personal data, that kind of stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and security. And I remember being on the call going, we don't need to have this call right now. I mean, within 10 minutes, it was like, no, we should not have this call. And then the rest unfolded during that day. And my kids came home with, lots of stories of what happened at school. They locked down schools.
Yeah.
I remember going outside and thinking to myself, wow, there's no airplanes in the sky, and how deathly quiet that is when there's no airplanes.
Because we're
going
so
over your
used to
head
it,
in
because we're so
Chicago.
near O'Hare,
Yep.
that airplanes are a typical thing for us.
Mm-hmm.
What comments do we got?
Yeah, so Becky said she was at work in the psychology department at University of Wisconsin, Madison. I was feeding monkeys, and we stopped to watch in the main lab room.
Wow.
And then Steve was at lunch. You probably saw him on that day.
Most likely did. And then, as soon as we started finding out what was going on, we were all concerned about our guys, people that, freelancers
Mm-hmm.
or employees that were in New York,
Yeah,
that were on shows. And
that's right. Was there anybody downtown, like right
I
there?
think, yes, I think there was, but I don't, Tony would know,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe even Steve would know more about who exactly was where. And,
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of oblivious. I was just kind of glued to the television. It was just horrific.
I know.
It was horrific. So we just wanted to.
Well, you definitely did feel like there was a sense that we were under attack,
Well,
that was like the main feel. And so anything, we had F-15s going over our house. Do you remember that? I mean, there was like across Chicago, there were jets and that kind of stuff, because you were so close to O'Hare that they were worried in every single solitary airport that there'd be, things that were going on.
And because of that, they changed flight routes and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody can fly over big city.
Yeah.
You've got to
Yeah.
go around and things like that now.
Yeah.
Um,
So Tony was about a mile behind you going to work. Yeah.
most
But
likely, yes.
but I do love that that phrase, never forget, because you know, some of the biggest wars in you know, whether it's World War I or World War II, you get so distanced from it. And if you weren't really a part of that time, like Aiden, he doesn't remember it. Like he's that
No,
first generation that
it doesn't mean anything to him
no,
on the same level.
no, because you actually went through that, and as the rest of the country. I remember though that there was a feeling that everyone was like, I don't know, there was like this rebirth of being nice to each other and kind and being gentle.
There was
and,
for
yeah.
that couple seconds.
No, it wasn't seconds.
Yeah, it wasn't more than
it
a
was-
year though. That
yeah, and then there was all kinds of hate stuff going on.
well,
but
of course, everything became political
Yeah.
then. So
yeah.
anyway, that's,
Well, we just want to recognize that today, and
so we are
and-
going to postpone the video till next week.
Yeah, yeah,
But we do have a fun video for tonight.
yeah. So we were in Wisconsin. We had a great time, like we just talked about, and all of our gear worked. Right? I mean, there wasn't any big like Heather's piano didn't work.
No, everything worked.
It felt like seconds that people were kind, and that was
yeah.
it. But there have been times that we've been on the road where my my piano, the little
the power
connector, just stops working. So Tom has to open it up and get out his soldering iron, and
Yeah, that's
and-
always
and-
fun, right?
and
But,
do
20
surgery.
minutes before a show, tearing apart
he's
a keyboard.
doing a piano surgery. So that's like one of the very first things that we do now is we check, to see if
Yep.
Heather's piano works. But yeah, all of our gear worked.
Everything-
Gary did forget his the lock. Oh, sorry.
Well, he
Oh.
yes, he forgot locks, but he had the master key.
He had the master key.
Yes, the master key is bolt cutters.
Is it bolt
So
cutters?
he
Yeah.
he had to use bolt cutters to get the lock off the trailer so we could get into it.
Yep. So that happened, but everything else, it seemed. I mean, we had really kind of. Well, we'll talk about it after we show the video.
Yeah.
The different types of things that we went through.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was about 686 miles, was it? Round trip?
Yeah,
Yeah.
close to 690 when I had checked it
Yeah.
finally this morning.
And we did that in 2.5 days. So
Yeah, it was a lot of driving, and
Mhm.
but fortunately we had a great place to stay,
Mhm.
and
we had a roadie with us.
yes,
So we missed
yes.
you, Tony and Kurt. So
Yeah, we were fortunate that one of Jim's friends, yes, he has
Bill.
friends.
Jim just has friends. But there was a gentleman named Bill. I don't even know his last name.
I don't know Bill's last
but
name.
he was just fantastic.
I have a funny story about Bill after we watch this.
Yeah.
Because you'll notice that we say things in here about friends and about Bill being our friend, and that we're all friends now. And
We
well,
weren't
I
always
should say why right now, so it sets it up better.
Yeah.
So we were playing in Upper Wisconsin many years ago,
Mhm.
and I think this is like one of the first. This is like the first trip with the current band that we played at this place.
Yeah.
And afterwards, there was a very drunk woman who was engaging too much
with you.
with me.
Hmm.
And so we have this thing where we motion to each other, like,
If
save
you're in
me.
trouble.
If you're in
Yeah.
trouble, give me the sign, and I will come over and take over for you, and then we'll kind of swap out. That way,
It's true family. that
Heather
way.
doesn't get really, stuck with guys like, bothering her all night.
Mhm.
And but so she was nice, but she was really drunk, and she was inviting me to come home with her and things like that.
And we're like, please take her. But that was not the case.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So I'm looking at Bill because everybody else is like somewhere else, and Bill is there. Nobody's talking with Bill. Bill's just sipping his beer, and he's looking at me. And I'm like,
Save me.
save me, save me. And he looks at me and goes, I couldn't believe it.
So,
And so after that point, anybody would talk about Bill, I say, Bill is not my friend.
It's true.
I was gonna get
This was
for a while.
serious
I was gonna get
business.
T-shirts that said "Bill is not my friend."
Mm-hmm.
He more than made up for it this last weekend, though.
Yes,
He carried a lot of stuff.
he did. He was really a trooper. He worked really fast. Anything. There was nothing. Even that table. It's kind of like one of those Charlie Brown chairs. That's like, how do you open it and
Oh,
everything.
we have one of the fold
And,
out.
it's just a miserable table. So if anybody wants to like give us one of their tables, that we
It's
could
one
be
of
our
the
merch
plastic tables that
This is
we've got at work,
terrible.
and
No, anyway,
trying to get the legs out, you have to poke in the little button on both sides, but those buttons are so hard to push in, near impossible.
Well, you're gonna actually take a finger off when you do it.
Yeah.
But Bill did it. He was fantastic.
He was able to do that.
Yeah.
So
now you're gonna see stuff talking about being friends and not being friends.
Yeah.
But anyway, we hope you enjoy it. We had a great trip.
We'll come back and talk with you in
we'll
just a
talk to you
couple
about
minutes.
what's up this week.
Okay, here we go. And so this is Tom, Mr. Wonderful, and we are just about ready to head out again. This time we are going to northern Wisconsin for a tour, short tour, and going up to Tomahawk right now. How you feeling about
I'm
this?
feeling pretty good. Let's go. It's been a while. Let's do this. It's time.
It's time.
You know what? By land, sea, automobile, we're gonna get there.
How come he doesn't have a sticker for this?
Okay, you've heard it here first.
You know what? They're giving temporary ones because they're giving new plates. Not a clue.
What have you got to say?
Oh,
How do you feel about this trip? I've heard the accommodations are not so good.
they're fantastic.
Oh, I was wrong.
They are quite nice.
Okay, we are on our way.
How you feeling, guys?
I'm feeling all right. I feel wonderful. Feeling all right.
Are ya?
Too good
Okay.
myself.
Nice.
Hey, Gary, you don't look any worse.
Tom said
I'm rocking.
if you'd have kept the tag, you could have returned them on the way home.
Yeah, that's something Tom would do. Well, definitely Jimmy.
You know, I like that idea a lot, actually.
Did I hold the pause long enough? No, we do 3 whole measures
Right.
of B minor.
Okay.
Cause you got tomorrow may never come.
This one
Are you
was
done?
yeah. But it was just too.
Sure, you can go up and down each side. You want to use the tractor?
Time I'm up here, there's like all kinds of fossil fuel, you know.
I usually take off.
Done this before.
Yeah, you think.
Think.
Yep.
We're at the show, loading up or loading in.
Charge of the tool crib.
That's all we had to do.
Oh wow.
we do.
Okay, well, first show is done for the weekend. We played for 3.5 hours. We're a little sore, a little tired out. Tony, how'd you feel the show was?
Oh, what a fun time. What a fun crowd. Playing music on a beautiful day.
They were great, weren't they?
Beautiful river, which we can't see now, but
Yeah.
it was so fun.
Jimmy, how'd you like the show? How did you like the show?
We did great. I thought it went well. I give it a 10. I can dance to it too.
Oh, wow. Gary, he gave it a 10. How about you? What do you give it?
Tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, we were on. Awesome. Oh, I got to give a number?
Yeah.
9, because I don't think anybody deserves a 10.
Okay.
But it was all over it. Everybody was hot.
I think I was all over it, all over every chord that could possibly be played.
Oh, it was awesome. No, great crowd, and we were on. We were firing on all cylinders.
And the star of the show, Bill, our friend Bill.
Yeah, that's your friend.
We're all friends now. We're all friends.
So, here we go. Now over to Heather. Say anything about the show?
Oh, it was really sweet. I think the best part was when there was like 10 of them in a circle with this little girl, and they were dancing all together. I'm like, this is not happening. It's never happened before. So that was really sweet.
Yeah.
4 couples that got out and they were dancing during the wait. That was really fun too. So just those little special moments. And of course I met like Marley and Wilbur, the dogs. So
I think
pretty happy.
Wisconsin are our people.
Totally. Yes, absolutely. I think they want us back next year, which is like superb.
Yeah.
So anyway.
So, overall, a good night, and now it's time to tear down and do it all again tomorrow. So here we are at the end of the evening, and we've had a wonderful time. We met so many really nice people and just had a great night. Can't wait to come back and do this again next year sometime. And somebody's thinking about, I wonder if we should have like a house concert sometime or something like that. Jay and his wife and all their friends. I think there's about 45, 50 people here tonight, and it was just so much fun. They were enthusiastic, and I don't know, it was just a wonderful night. And so that's pretty much a wrap for tonight. And then we're going to be heading out to back to Gary's place, and then tomorrow we're heading to Merrill for a show. Unfortunately, it's supposed to rain the entire day, but we'll see. So we'll see how that goes. See you tomorrow.
It's like Los Angeles Latino to me. Santana like.
Off a cliff in Ireland, and here we are. This is our last day here. So,
I'm having some frozen grapes.
yes, and we are at Gary's beautiful property, and we are just about ready to go. Tony's got the hat on already. We're all set. Genevieve is tucked in her home. And I think we're ready. So, one more show at noon, from noon till 3, and then we head back to Chicago. More later. It's working for me.
I got it in the car.
Well, I'm almost never cold.
Yeah, I don't know. As I get older and older, I get colder and colder now.
Anything below 70, I start looking.
Oh, yeah.
Man, anything above 70.
Hey Tony, how you doing?
Good. I'm having fun with cable. Cables.
How you doing, Gary?
Okay.
So we are done with the last show, and now we are getting gas and then heading back home. So here we go. I guess everybody's gone, so I can't interview anybody. What's that all about?
Orange shirts.
A true professional. Watch this skill. This is mad skills. Look at that. You see, you got to get the
out of the way.
yeah.
You go back and forth, and then you have to kind of look at it from an angle, make sure you got any spots that are really bad, because this is where you've got your soap in your water, so you want to make sure that you utilize that while it's there.
Man, that's.
And then you go back and forth. Unfortunately, I don't have a towel because they didn't have them,
But this is some skills. Tony, I don't believe you have these kind of skills.
I do not. I'm a more of a Frank Zappa guy. Just rub it in a circular motion. Rub it. Do it, Jimmy. Go. Go, Jimmy, go.
Look at that.
Oh.
You can't teach that.
No. You know, they don't teach this kind of stuff in high school anymore.
no, that's why This is why they should offer shop again in high schools, because you just can't teach this stuff.
Yeah, and kids have too many fingers to begin with, so
That's true.
why do you need 10?
You don't. It'll do just fine.
You know, and people complain about, you know, like, hey, I'm all thumbs. Well, if you took shop class, you might not be.
That's right. That's a good point. Especially that week they teach the chop saw skills.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's the radial arm saw. Not paying any attention.
Gazebo. We could
We're looking
play
at the
there.
beautiful
we
gazebo.
could play there. That's
But
large.
let's
Want to zoom in there? It's large.
that is large. That's large.
Merrill,
Well, they're talking about
come back and
they're
get.
talking about bringing us back and maybe playing for like some big thing in the park. So maybe that would be it.
That's it.
So like
That would be-
Thursday night or something
That
like
would be a
that.
good park. We could,
Yeah, be a lot of fun.
make a weekend out of it. My kind of weekend.
Made a few more fans.
Yes.
You know, I think by the time we did 100,000 more shows, I think we're going to be doing pretty good. Just 100,000.
Well, we'd have to at least do 2 a days if we're going to make it.
Better hurry up.
3. Thanks, Jimmy.
Well, apparently I can't spell.
It's almost like we were in Sweden.
A nudger.
A nudger.
Yeah, I hate her. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe because we forgot to do that earlier.
That's okay. Yeah, and click that notification bell to be connected in with us. Please do tell your friends about us and Mondays in the studio. Couple things are happening this week. Just wanted to make you aware of them. So we had open mic last week, but we're also going to be having it this week too. Pollyanna has a couple beer fests in September and October. So we're going to be there Thursday night this week on the, what is that? It's the 14th. And also we've got someone coming into the studio. Would you like to talk about
yes,
that?
Dave is coming to the studio all the way from Ohio.
Mm-hmm. And
so-
what's the plan for that?
We have no plan.
We have no plan.
No, we've already started putting things together in the computer and getting everything all ready. Tonight we're going to spend a lot more time just working through some of the paperwork and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And-
Because of Dave, the person who's coming in, we actually got to play at Riders Inn many years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And we've had a friendship ever since. And he's now going to be coming into the studio years later. I mean, we would have never known that this was going to happen to record some of his songs. So that are very special to him. So anyway, that kind of friendship, you know, you don't get
and
unless
you
you
don't
get
know
out
where it
there and
is.
meet people.
We have people like that all over the country that we've just met because we were on a tour.
Mm-hmm. It's been pretty phenomenal. And as far as I'm concerned, we talk about this being a community studio, that's what this is about, is, people just being able to, join in the community that we've built, over the years, and they've helped us build it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's super fun. But yeah, so on Thursday night, Dave will be also at Open Mic at Pollyanna. So for those of you
that'll be
who
a lot
are
of
there, we're going to see Dave there, and we'll introduce you to him.
We'll get some dinner while we're there,
Yeah,
and we'll have a big evening.
We'll have so much fun. And for those of you who are on the line that have not, identified yourself, we hope you enjoy Mondays in the studio. And we're on every week on Monday nights, except for those times that we can't be. And we make sure that you know that out on Shadow Fields. I think it's the Shadow Fields on Facebook. So
I'd also like to make sure that you understand that you can rewind on this video later, and you will be able to watch Jim's windshield instructions again. It went by fast.
We're going to package that. We're going to actually sell that. It's going to be under how to do windshield
with Jimmy.
wiping. Yeah, this is like a lost art. I don't ever see anybody doing that, by the way. So it's very much.
I took a bunch more video, like when we were at rest stops and things like that, and
you can't find it.
The video's not there.
Okay.
So you got what you got. It was fun. We had a great trip. We met a lot of wonderful people.
Oh my gosh.
What's up?
So Becky said, Tom, Steve took it to heart that picking on thumbless handicapped people, that is terrible. He's going to apologize right now. Apologize.
I'm terribly sorry.
Good. Apology has occurred. I think it's please forgive me as well.
Oh, please forgive me.
Okay. How'd I do,
All right.
Becky? All right. So thank you so much for joining us today on Mondays in the studio. We'll be here next week. And the
next
big
week
news
we'll have the big video next week.
Yes, the video release. And we're so excited about that. And releasing that music finally.
Yeah. It's been a long time coming.
At least we were talking about it for 6 months.
6 months.
All right. 10 months.
Yeah.
All right. You guys have, she accepted your apology.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, guys. Thanks for being with us. And we'll see you next week for more fun and Monday in the studio. All right.
Mondays in the studio.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.